AI is radically transforming the one-person business model. We are living in the golden age of solopreneurship. Technology has lowered the cost, risk, and energy required to start, grow, and scale your own one-person business in 2026. But the opportunity to start and grow your one-person business is bigger than just having a lifestyle business run from Bali. OpenAI CEO Sam Altman recently said this at a conference. With technology, you now have the possibility of creating a one-person unicorn with 0 employees that creates generational wealth. But most people still can't see this opportunity. Here's what this means for you. Part 1. You're about to be left behind forever. No one is safe. Every new era of technology has created more leverage for the average person. With the internet in the 1990s, you could access all the world's knowledge, information, and learn any skill at a click of a button for free or low cost. With the smartphone in the 2000s, you now have a supercomputer available to you 24/7, 365 days a year, with apps that can solve any problem you have. With social media in the 2010s, you have the ability to connect to anyone in the world and build a loyal tribe of followers and fans who care about what you do. And now with AI in the 2020s, you have the ability to create super intelligent agents that can 100% power your one-person business. In less than 35 years, the world has fundamentally changed. Each new iteration of technology is getting smarter, quicker to deploy, cheaper, and easier to use. It won't take another 35 years to get this level of technological breakthrough. We are now reaching the great acceleration. Overnight, entire industries and sectors are being created and destroyed. Each new ChatGPT update sends shockwaves through the industry. This is exciting and scary. But every new era of technology has created winners and losers. The CEO of Fiverr, Micah Kaufman, summarized this change in a company-wide email that went viral. Hey team, I've always believed in radical candor and despised those who sugarcoat reality to avoid stating the unpleasant truth. The very basis for radical candor is care. You care enough about your friends and colleagues to tell them the truth because you want them to be able to understand it, grow, and succeed. So here's the unpleasant truth. AI is coming for your jobs. Heck, it's coming for my job too. This is a wake-up call. It doesn't matter if you're a programmer, designer, product manager, data scientist, lawyer, customer support rep, salesperson, or a finance person. AI is coming for you. You must understand that what was once considered easy tasks will no longer exist. What was once considered hard tasks will be the new easy, and what was considered impossible tasks will be the new hard. If you do not become an exceptional talent at what you do, a master, you will face the need for a career change in a matter of months. I am not trying to scare you. I am not talking about your job at Fiverr. I am talking about your ability to stay in your profession in the industry. So the full email is much longer and detailed, but the punchline is clear. AI is coming for your 9-to-5 job no matter what role you hold. Obviously, this has real consequences for society and individuals. And I'm going to draw an analogy from my favorite childhood fable, Goldilocks. If you're under 26, your porridge is too cold. Entry-level jobs are gone. You've been trained for an employment market that doesn't exist anymore. AI is replacing the grunt work roles that you would have cut your teeth on. Those tasks are now done faster, cheaper, and without coffee breaks. The ladder you thought you'd climb doesn't even have the first rung anymore, so you need to build your own ladder. If you're over 49, your porridge is too hot. Your safe career path is gone. You've worked for decades in a career that won't exist anymore. Decades of experience in a single system or process may now be a liability. AI doesn't care how long you've done it. You'll either need to reinvent, retrain, or risk becoming too expensive compared to a machine that can do 80% of your work in seconds. But if you're between 26 and 49, you're on the Goldilocks zone. You've got enough relevant experience in a job while still being young enough to be agile. You understand how the old world works, but you can still adapt to the new tools without too much friction. If you lean in now, you can use AI to multiply your skills and leapfrog slower movers in your industry. But before you jump down my throat, this is still a massive generalization. There are obviously over 49-year-olds who are embracing AI and moving forward, and under 26-year-olds who are far more progressed in their career. I can't speak for everyone, but this is a general trend that I've seen across many industries and many sectors. But what I want to add is that AI is not just about age. The unspoken conversation when it comes to artificial intelligence is mindset. I've got friends who are investing 1 to 2 hours every single day to learn about AI and the new tools and apply it to their life and their business. But I've also got friends who are shouting doom and gloom about AI, ignoring all use cases and how it can improve their life, and suffering as a result. For the proactive optimist, AI is a goldfield of opportunity. For the reactive pessimist, AI is an existential threat and something to be avoided. Technological progress won't be halted. No matter what God you pray to or how far you stick your head in the sand, technology will keep progressing. It's hard to make money and be a pessimist at the same time. So you've got two options: get rich or get resentful. The choice is yours. Part 2, the anatomy of a one-person business. There are 3 components to starting, growing, and scaling a successful one-person business. Part 1 is solving an internal problem related to health, wealth, and relationships. Part 2 is creating your own unique mechanism that you own as intellectual property of how you solve that problem in a unique and an efficient way. Part 3 is telling a compelling hero story of how you have gone from zero to hero, solving that very same problem for yourself or for your clients. 80% of your time should be spent finding an internal problem for you to solve. Because once you've got an internal problem that you're solving, parts 2 and 3 become much easier. So the question becomes, how do you find an internal problem to solve? So what I like to use is the triple P framework. So you can find problems that you solved by looking at all your pains, your past professional experiences, and some of the passions that you have and love to do in your spare time and on weekends. While there are 3 options, you only need one of them to start. So let's imagine that you're interested in solving something to do in the wealth eternal problem market. We can run this wealth problem through our triple P framework. So think about a pain that you might have had to do with wealth creation, which is growing up, you might have been financially insecure, but now are living financially free at 40. So this is a problem you once had, but now you solved for yourself. Passion. Do you like tracking your budget? Do you like tracking your spending on an Excel spreadsheet? Are you a really good budgeter? Do you know how to use Excel really well? This is not my world. I wouldn't say I'm passionate about Excel, but there are people out there who absolutely love numbers, love tracking, love data, and love crunching it in an Excel spreadsheet. If this is you and this is your passion, congratulations, that's a massive unfair advantage. Or you could also have a professional skill. So this could have been you've worked for decades as a wealth manager and all of your clients are high net worth individuals. So you've seen how they've been able to create, generate, and store their wealth. You could turn any one of these ideas into a one-person business. If somehow all 3 intersect of your pain, your professional skill, and your passion, you've got a winning lottery ticket. But let me emphasize, you only need one of these to start. So here's the bottom line. If you've ever solved a problem in your life, you're qualified to start a one-person business. To be even more unique, you can layer on odd interests, unrelated hobbies, and weird obsessions. Don't niche down in your one-person business. You don't want to be a wealth manager who only sells to 51-year-old left-handed surgeons who removes gallbladders and lives on a farm in Bern, Switzerland. That's a stupid trap. You've niched down way too far. Find an eternal problem and then combine it with what makes you unique. Don't become a category follower, become a category king. Ownership over your category means that you're irreplaceable. Love him or hate him, Joe Rogan never chose a niche. He combined his love for comedy, hunting, psychedelics, UFC, and martial arts into a one personal brand. No one can compete with him because they are not him. Hate or love the man, he is being 100% himself. No one can compete with you being you. So you don't want to find the niche, you want to create your own unique niche. Part 3, the complete roadmap to $1 billion. Stage 1, learn a high value skill from your job. Stage 2, freelance and sell that skill to another business. Stage 3, productize the service offer into an operating system. Stage 4, translate the operating system into a micro SaaS product. Stage 5, scale that micro SaaS product leveraging AI agents to $1 billion. This will take time, and I've simplified for ease. But your overall goal should be build the AI agents and become the operator. In my business, I'm at stage 3. Over the last few months, I've been developing the Solopreneur launch operating system to help ex-corporate employees start, grow, and scale a one-person business. I've started this business by freelancing and coaching. Now I'm building the operating system and the intellectual property that will help me scale and eventually create a micro SaaS product. The operating system will include all my data, results, feedback, client testimonials, and intellectual property. Anything and everything that I've delivered for clients can be productized into a system that I can license out and sell to other people and to other businesses. This is what I call service as a software. Eventually, I'll turn this operating system into a real software in the form of a micro SaaS. Nowadays, you can vibe code with an MVP software over a weekend. I'm learning all the tools and skills required to build AI agents and a software product to sell. But this is just one part of the equation. You want to solve problems, charge for solutions, productize, scale through technology. G'day friends, thanks for watching this video. Just a very quick one. Do you still feel stuck in starting, growing, and scaling your one-person business? Well, I've got some great news for you. I've created the Solopreneur 0 to 20K roadmap. This is a tailored diagnostic quiz. You put in your information, you go through a few questions, and it tells you exactly which launch stage you're at, some of the bottlenecks that you face, a checklist for what you do next, and a tailored roadmap for how you can get from 0 all the way to 20K per month in your one-person business. This has already been taken by over 100 different solopreneurs globally, so it's been refined and iterated to be able to work for anyone in any niche, in any industry. You just need to have an idea, an existing business, and be generating business revenue. So the link is in the description below to get started. You can also click here and you can do the quiz and understand which launch stage you're in. But back to the video. Part 4, the missing ingredient that most people ignore. Throughout this entire process, you also want to be building your online audience, translating that audience into a community, and creating a gated environment where you can curate information and knowledge specific to the problems of that community. In the era of AI, building a personal brand is becoming more and more valuable. People don't want to connect with their faceless robots. Humans want to connect with other humans. We want to see flaws, emotions, and insecurities and everything in between. Everything that makes us human is a point of connection for another human being. We are hardwired for social connection. But with your content, you don't want to aim for virality. Dancing half naked and begging for donations on TikTok will not get you very far. That gets really dumb really fast. Instead, you want to become micro niche famous. Become known for a solution to a specific problem for a specific person solved through your specific and unique mechanism. In a world of ongoing AI slop and nonsense, become a value creator. In Bali, I'm surrounded by digital nomads, solopreneurs, and startup founders who are stuck at the 10K per month mark. They just can't seem to break through the barrier. Why is that? It's because 90% of them do not have owned distribution. So they have to rely on expensive ads and unpredictable algorithms in order to get in front of their target audience. I don't know about you, but I can't see a world where ads become cheaper to buy and where algorithms become less complex to use. And once ad prices increase or the algorithm becomes more complex, the entire business model becomes unprofitable overnight. If you don't own your own distribution network, you will become owned by a distribution network, because an owned audience is owned distribution, and owned distribution equals freedom. You can very easily grind your way to making 10K per month, but to go beyond this recurring monthly income, you need to have your own distribution, community, and an audience. So the bottom line is, you want to own your audience or die trying. Part 5. Ditch the VC-backed startup mentality. I'm no longer interested in building a startup. The thought of working 80 to 100 hours on a moonshot idea that is unprofitable does not appeal to me at all. You'll likely have to give up large portions of your company equity, likely have 2 to 3 co-founders, hire a boatload of people, and have investors constantly breathing down your neck for growth at all costs. Plus, the statistics around startups are unimaginably bad. 90% of startups fail. Your company evaluation makes you paper rich, not cash rich. You'll likely be working 12 to 14 hours, 6 to 7 days per week. A decade ago, accusing someone of running a lifestyle business was an insult. But now in 2026, running a lifestyle business that creates freedom is a goal that most humans want to have. Building a VC-backed startup used to be the only way that you're able to create a business that generated millions of dollars in revenue. But that's just not the case anymore. There's a generation of online creators who are making millions of dollars per year at 90% plus profit margins while working 4 to 5 hours per day and living a lifestyle business based on freedom and autonomy. These people are Justin Walsh, Brett Williams from Design Joy, Tim Denning, and Dan Koh. You can now build and scale a one-person business using technology and the research and development costs that other companies have already invested. This includes OpenAI, Shopify, and Stripe. All these technologies put together have made starting, growing, and scaling your one-person business 100 times easier than 50 years ago. Build your one-person business on top of the shoulders of giants. People's love and trust for these big startup ideas have diminished over time. The fallout of FTX, Wirecard, and WeWork in the last 10 years have killed the mythical buzz. People are preferring to work with smaller brands where they know the person. Big is sexy, but small is profitable and sustainable. Part 6. Fall in love with aggressive skill acquisition. You can learn most things in 2 weeks. While in Bali, I've been learning Bahasa Indonesian. Within a few weeks, I could hold a very basic conversation. But let me be clear, I'm not going to be fluent in a new language in under 2 weeks. But I don't need to be. Learning the basics of Bahasa has allowed me to order food and drinks, bargain at the local markets, joke, flirt, and make friends with other people. The response I got back from locals were immediate. They were appreciative that I was making the effort to learn their language and culture. I received better treatment, got discounts, and even upgrades. I never asked for any of these. But this approach can be applied to any skill that you learn as a solopreneur. With AI, being specialized in one skill like coding is not enough. Taking years to study theory is no longer a viable option. Product development is no longer enough of a competitive moat. So whatever niche you choose, you also need to learn sales, writing, marketing, positioning, and content creation. These are the Solopreneurship meta skills. There are creators online who are teaching all of these skills for less than $500. You don't need to do what my friends do and go into 6 figures worth of debt to do an MBA at some random university and only learn theory. So let me be clear, if you are not learning and going forward, you are stagnating and going backwards. Even if you don't want to build a $1 billion business, you can make $10,000, $100,000, or even $1 million. The point isn't the money that you make. I had to use a big number in the headline to grab your attention. The main point of this video is that the technology is available to create leverage to build a business that gives you freedom. Whatever definition of freedom means to you, we all have a different financial freedom number. Mine is $1.2 million per year. But if I'm being honest, making anywhere between 20 to 30K per month is helping me live my dream life in Bali. But we all need something to aim for. So let me end with a question. What one-person business are you building now? Tell me in the comments below. Thanks for joining this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. G'day friends. Thank you again for watching this video. I know that you got a lot of value out of it, but I'm not satisfied with the amount of value that I've given you so far. So if you want to learn how to make your first $1,000 online, I've created a free email course for you down below. Completely 100% free for you to use. Put in your email, I'll send it directly to your inbox. You get the first one within 30 seconds to 2 minutes of signing up. You can read them at your own pace. You can collect all of them, read them, do whatever you like. But if you implement everything in this email course, you'll be able to make your first $1,000 online. Thank you so much. I can't wait to see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.